You're damn right, I got the blues. From my head down to my shoes. I can't win, 'cause I don't have a thing to lose. I stopped by my daughter's house, yes I did. I just wanted to use the phone. I stopped by my daughter's house, I just wanted to use the phone. You know my little grandbaby came to the door and said, Grandmama, you know ain't nobody home. I said, now, look out. Down to my shoes. You're damn right, I got the blues. From my head down to my shoes. I can't win, 'cause I don't have a dang thing to lose. All right. Damn right, I got the blues. You're damn right, I got the blues. You're damn right, I got the blues. You're damn right, I got the blues. Buddy God, Mick Jagger, yeah.
Everybody, welcome to the second edition of the Great Gaines musical family. I have Carolyn Gaines on the line. Hi, Carolyn. Welcome to the Hoomagoo.
Hi, how are you? It's great to be on the Hoomagoo.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. Yeah, we did a lot of cool stuff about a year and a half ago when I started kicking this thing off, and I love to listen to the history of music and history of everything in life, and your background and the way you sing and everything is to bring that old school Ma Rainey, Billie Holiday out to everybody, and we did shows on that. I learned that Paramount Records here in Wisconsin and Port Washington, Ma Rainey was here, and all to you, and well, thank you, and now to you and your family.
You're welcome.
Thank you, and your family. And I just talked to your uncle, Grady Gaines Sr., and wow, now you are doing it and bringing it all to everybody, and the thrill is gone. So welcome again.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Thanks for interviewing my Uncle Grady Gaines, the sax man.
Yes, and it was such a cool time. I was just so touched. He's just such a legend. I was just thinking what it was like, all those times, in the 50s and making it, creating it, and also at that time, too, we were learning, I know that, acknowledge all the things that he had to come through to the music to make life better for everybody. And God bless him.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the most extraordinary thing about my Uncle Grady Gaines, Jimi Hendrix asked my uncle for a gig when my uncle was the band leader and saxophone player for Little Richard, and I also recorded Hey Joe, which is a Jimi Hendrix song, on the Thrill Is Gone CD, and I recorded Red House, which belongs to Jimi Hendrix.
That's right, and that's right, bringing that all together now. In the past, we were talking, and now, bless you, that you'd be able to do this. And yes, we're talking about the new Carolyn Gaines CD out there, just released this August. The Thrill Is Gone, and it's all those tunes that she grew up with, delivering that old school blues sound And again, and let's see what I got here. Damn right, I got the blues. That's the first track on that track. And I'll be playing these when we get done talking here for everybody to hear. But that's the title track, or the first one on the CD, correct?
Right, damn right. I got the blues, which was inspired by Buddy Guy, and Gino Martinelli is featured on guitar. And then, yes?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And the second cut is Deep Moaning Blues, which you and I on the Hoop and Goo radio show did a lot of history about the great Ma Rainey. And this song, Deep Moaning Blues, is from 1923, and I went back in the 1900s to sing Deep Moaning Blues.
Yeah, and back to that, I did listen to a little bit of, I had our blog talk, and what I learned back is how people, those ladies, used their voice and the style and the strain and the tone, and we don't have that, and that was great, and you're, again, creating that and bringing it together for us. And the other thing, Carolyn, is you do sing on the show, too. A little bit hint there. You do sing as we go, and that's really an awesome thing that you do for us. But, yeah. Grady Gaines Jr. is on there, and that's your cousin. And again, everybody, the family. Your father is Roy Gaines, and he's Diana Ross and all those great people back in the day. And what a time that had to be growing up and all that stuff, huh?
Right, and my dad was Diana Ross's guitars as well as Billie Holiday's guitars. And I did sing God Bless the Child, which was a song that I always wanted to sing at the age of 16, where I had studied Diana Ross and Billie Holiday's version. So here I am bringing it into the faith of now. I'm singing God Bless the Child on my new CD, The Thrill Is Gone.
And the guitar player, is that not Buddy Guy's guitar player with you too? On that?
Yes.
On that track?
On the Thrill Is Gone, that is featured Rick Jazz, which is extraordinary, along with my cousin Grady Gaines Jr. All right, the sax man. So I got two legendary artists on The Thrill Is Gone, which is fascinating. I got Rick Jazz, that tours with none other than the great Buddy Guy nightly. And then I have my cousin Grady Gaines Jr., which is my uncle Grady Gaines Sr.'s son.
I'm chuckling because you know what it's like to try to interview all this, especially I was thinking when I first met you, junior, senior, uncle, it's you
have to get that straight. And then we got, I know, because there's a lot going on. The senior and the junior kind of throws your brain off. Like, I always got to be like, okay.
That's it. Yeah.
I got to be like, did I sing Deep Moaning Blues by Ma Rainey or Bessie Smith? Which one is it? Because I always get confused. But Deep Moaning Blues belongs to Ma Rainey. And once again, my Uncle Grady, my cousin is on the sax. And then we got Hey Joe, which belongs to Jimi Hendrix. And that is just vocals and guitar with Gino Barnetti on guitar. And then we got I got my Mojo working, which was inspired by Muddy Waters and Buddy Guy. It was written by Willie Dixon. And on guitar I have Gino Barnelli, and piano I have Charles Sherman, which I think came out really, really nice. And then like I said, the song that I feel like I'm afraid of sometimes is I'd Rather Go Blind. So, but I'd Rather Go Blind was truly inspired by none other than the late great Etta James, and my cousin, which is Grady Gaines Jr., is on sax, and Mo Blink is on the organ, and the upright bass is the great Dale Atkins, who also played the bass on my first CD. Oh God, what's the name of my first CD? I'm losing my mind. Beware My Dog. Which goes back to Big Mama Thornton time period and Elvis Presley. So, but I felt like on that song I delivered a crying, bluesy, soulful blues sound that was delivered to the great Buddy Guy. And then I went on to do Red House, which is was inspired by Jimi Hendrix. And my cousin Grady Gaines Sr. is on the Red House song. And we got Stormy Monday, which was inspired by Bobby Blue Band, belongs to T-Bone Walker, which T-Bone Walker was and still is my dad's best friend. So, and I love Stormy Monday. It's fascinating. And that was on Duke Records, recorded by Bobby Bland.
Yeah, Lawrence Lebo, I believe, has a song, Stormy Monday. That is probably what it is, too. I'm not for sure. But a lot of these things I've learned, but I'm looking at that's, all you such great classics that you guys all have together. And the names, the names that you bring in the family. I remember you were telling me that Ike Turner and stuff when you were growing up at your birthday party, that's what I think about when to you it's life and all that. Carolyn Gaines is my guest, but all the people that you've known growing up and what the times were, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, but it was all real. But it was blues and rock and roll. And for example, Bobby Blue Band and my dad and my Uncle Grady Gaines, they all, best friends. And I got to go to Bobby Blue Band's concert. And I never forget, he was in his dressing room getting dressed, and I walked in unexpectedly, and I said, ooh, let me get out of here. But he was getting dressed for his concert. It was in Los Angeles. I can't remember the name of the place now, but it was on Crenshaw Boulevard. It was one of the top clubs to have concerts in Los Angeles. And then Sweet Home Chicago was another cut on there, cut number 11, and that was inspired by Buddy Guy, Robert Johnson, which, Robert Johnson is a great legend from Chicago with the Chicago blues sound, and my legendary Uncle Grady Gaines is throwing his sax on Sweet Home Chicago at the end, and just to place the sax at the end, I think it is extraordinary. It came out really beautiful. And then the final cut is number 12. And that was inspired by B.B. King. And I love this song because my Uncle Grady Gaines blew his sax on there. And I think he did an amazing, special job. And I wish B.B. King was here to hear my uncle play sax on The Thrill Is Gone. And my uncle also played with sax and band leader for Sam Cooke. And he also played with Clarence Gatemont Brown. And Clarence Gatemont Brown was actually great friends of my father, Roy Gaines, as well as my Uncle Grady Gaines Sr. And like we said before, Buddy Guy's guitarist, which is Rick Jazz, is featured on The Thrill Is Gone, along with my Uncle Grady Gaines Sr. is featured on sax on The Thrill Is Gone. And Roy Gaines, which is my dad, and that's my Uncle Grady Gaines Senior brother, and my dad, Roy Gaines, is also my cousin Grady Gaines Jr. brother, and Roy Gaines is also my daddy. That's a lot going on. That's a long sentence.
And just looking at hearing what you're doing and all this CD, it's great because in 5, 10, 20 years, this is all for you and always there, and the family and the musical, and you brought that together. And that leads me to one thing about this great story that you have here with this CD, where you recorded at the Sunnyside Studio in L.A. I believe that was is closing down. Was that not the story? And then you got everybody together to do this, so there's kind of a closing to that too, and a special time.